come with us to Teotihuacan for the hot air balloon ride. So we left Mexico City super early, and we actually booked this through Viator. I'll give our review of this tour at the end. So the excursion we went on actually has a little bit more than just a hot air balloon ride, which is great because you go about an hour outside the city, and actually it's in a separate state technically. Mexico City is like Washington DC, it's like its own district. On the outskirts of Mexico City, you see these aerial gondolas, and this is actually a form of public transport to reduce the traffic because Mexico City is the 6th largest city in the world. We could immediately tell we're in Teotihuacan because we saw the hot air balloons in the sky, which felt so surreal. Okay, they left us alone in the van.
7 a.m. waking up in the morning.
Let's hope we get in a balloon and they don't leave us here. So we had to wait around for a bit because while there are other people on our shuttle, the other people on our exact hot air balloon ride were running late, so we just had to wait for them. While we're waiting in their offices, they had snacks and coffee, and this very cute dog came up to us, but of course, you know, we don't know where this dog has been, so we couldn't touch her. We're waiting. Karen didn't bring haircut.
Yeah, it looks like I'm in like a salon chair.
Karen didn't bring a jacket on the trip, so she's using a blanket.
From the Airbnb.
The Airbnb.
Cute.
She looks so culturally appropriate. It's amazing to see the hot air balloons getting blown up. So there's one like right in front of us. They're honestly everywhere in this city. We hopped back into the shuttle and they took us over to our flight area. We got my arms too short. We got Wade, and now we're waiting. Are you excited? Woohoo! Wahoo! I don't know if this one's ours. I think one thing I didn't realize beforehand is how many people end up working on your hot air balloon ride. The hot air balloon at the beginning and end gets weighed down by people literally holding it down. But before our ride and while we're waiting, the service takes photos of you, and you know what? They really know their angle. I kept saying we're not gonna be duped into buying the package, but of course, guess what? We did buy some photos because we liked them. Here are a few of the shots that we ended up buying, and they gave us one free one for each of us for writing like a review. We hopped up into the basket, and I feel like it was plenty of a space because you're not moving around, you just kind of stand there. Beforehand, I had been a little concerned, you know, just worried of how takeoff and landing would be like, but the takeoff and the ride itself was so smooth. The ride was incredible, it was so peaceful, and I'm not scared of heights, and I definitely didn't feel scared at all during this, and neither did my friends. So the pyramids are the Pyramid of the Sun and the Pyramid of the Moon. And according to folklore, this is where the sun and the moon were created. The word Teotihuacan itself means place of the gods in Nahuatl language. Up until a couple years ago, you were actually able to walk on the pyramids, but they don't allow you to do that anymore. Just enjoy some footage from the ride. It was honestly just so beautiful. Our ride lasted about 30 minutes, which I think is a great amount of time. But then it was time to land, which honestly for us was one of the funniest parts of the day. We had no idea how we were gonna land, and literally we just dropped into this field. The crew literally runs to grab the basket, and then they try to guide it onto the back of this truck. Like, you can just see that all the work is being done by hand by these guys, and they're honestly so joyful. They're so funny and in such a good mood and joking around. Definitely didn't expect this was how they put the balloon away. I got this clip of basically how, you know, the landing actually goes, and you just see the guys sprinting. Oh my god. Oh my god. What is happening? Dang! Runners! Oh shit.
That's more exciting.
Oh, this is funny. Oh. Oh. They gave us apple cider for a post-air balloon toast. Salud. And then we headed back to the office to get our other shuttles.
Can you come sideways?
We're sitting in the back. The chairs don't work. He was like, they're fine, they're fine. They're not fine. We're doing okay. After all that, we ended up being super hungry, and it was perfect because our tour took us to La Cueva, which is the cave, where you literally eat in a cave.
Watch your steps.
Skin tea. Well, that's why we didn't eat breakfast. So you fit.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Whoa. The inside is really beautiful. I think it really just speaks for itself.
You can get mugs for Kyle's.
Try it.
Banana. Solid.
Solid banana.
Yep.
Does anyone want my papaya?
Oh wait, carrots.
Carrots.
Wait,
No,
you
you
got
just have watermelon.
Oh, you got papaya.
I got papaya.
Haha, they knew I didn't like papaya. Coffee. That's coffee.
Good cinnamony.
Yum. I think the breakfast option was chilaquiles or an omelet, but of course we went chilaquiles. They were chicken or beef. I got the chicken, but we tried Evelyn's beef, and that was good too.
Beef?
We have made a stop. We are gonna try some traditional drinks. And pulque. This woman was showing us all the uses for agave, because agave is the base for mezcal and tequilas. But apparently it can also be a fiber used for clothing and also used as like a needle for weapons.
Wow,
And the
that's so
mezcal
pretty.
is from the agave Espadín incorporated or mescalina distillation. Okay?
Embroidery
Well,
floss.
that's a
Obsidian is also super common in the area, and it's actually used, you can look at the sun through it. After her lecture, of course, she had to bring out the drinks. I think this first one was pulque, so it's made from agave. It's fermented, and it's not that strong, alcohol-wise.
Ooh.
Oh, I like it. Tastes like bread. Really? I think the next one and the rest of them were mezcals. And I know we're just having these little tiny baby shots, but it was 11 a.m. and they were strong. I think one of the mezcals was infused with a tarantula, the other with a scorpion, and with a worm. And it actually did give a lot of flavor to the mezcal, like really sharp. You can see the insects in these like little mini bottles that they sold.
I
did
don't
not
think so, but I think it could be a cool gift.
What do you got, Evelyn?
I'm gonna get this and then maybe a cute little frog friend.
And that was all for our excursion. We headed back to Mexico City after that. Editing Mary here for my final review of the tour. So as I said, we booked this tour in Viator, and at the time it cost us $183 based on like whatever the peso conversion was. And I would definitely say it's worth the price. So whatever price they have listed, it's actually gonna be a little more if you add in the shuttle, which I definitely recommend you do. In the reviews, some of them said that like the shuttle was late or it was difficult to communicate, and for us it really wasn't. They messaged us the night before what time our exact pickup time was going to be, because it's based on the other people in your group on their locations. So as long as you beat that, I think the shuttle is not going to be an issue. We really like that it included the breakfast. I mean, that spot was really cool. Not a venue that you're normally ever going to eat at. And the alcohol tasting was fun. Okay, one thing to note is that our group decided after the alcohol tasting, we could have decided to go to the pyramid, like to see the actual pyramid, and that would have cost like $5 extra. We didn't do it because you can't even go on the pyramids themselves. We were tired because we'd been up for a while at that point. But the thing is, it depends on your group. If a majority of your group wants to go, you'll end up going. And if a majority of your group doesn't want to go and you want to go, you just end up going back to Mexico City. So that is one thing to know. Our guide was really sweet, Diego. I think it was from what he said, like one of his first times guiding a group of people, but he was very sweet. And I think just from looking at the city, you can definitely tell that tourism is the main source of income. So remember to tip anyone appropriately. We really liked it, but it was definitely a more rustic style tour. You saw how our landing was, which we didn't mind. We thought it was so fun, and our little shuttle back to like the office space. So definitely, I just wouldn't recommend this for someone who is looking for a more luxurious experience. This is not that. Mind you, this is the cheapest, from what we saw, basically the cheapest option. And also, we did not do like a sunrise air balloon ride. So if you want to catch the sunrise, you're going to have to leave even earlier. And I'm not sure if this tour does that. So that's my review. Hope it was helpful. And that was our excursion. We ended up getting back to our Airbnb around 1. So the excursion itself was about 6 to 7 hours. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was really helpful. If you want to go do this, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.